Hello, baby girls. Hello. 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 Welcome to... Is it day 3? Welcome to day 3 of vlogmas. I'm obviously not a lot healthier, as you can hear by my voice, but we're still gonna do a little book haul. So I came back from England last week, so obviously I have books to show you. I didn't get as many as I usually do, just because it wasn't really, like, we weren't really book shopping. We were kind of all over the place. It was a lot more busy than we expected it to be. That doesn't mean I didn't get books. I got enough. But so I was wearing my robe, actually. It kind of matches this top because it is really cold. So I'm gonna put it back on because I'm not about to freeze for you guys. Sorry. I hope this doesn't bother you guys. I'll just keep it open like this so I kind of look civilized. These 3 I actually already own or I've read, or like these books I've actually already read, or I'm not sure if I'm actually gonna read them, but they're more just for... They're kind of my trophy copies. Okay, first one is just The Great Gatsby. So I did my English essay on this one, like my final English essay in my exams, and I got a pretty good grade. And I don't know, I just really loved this copy, and I don't have a copy, and me and my mom, we were looking for one while I was doing it, while I was studying for it. So as a joke, we were like, well, you kind of have to just have one now because we still don't know where that one is. So it was like £1.25. So we were like, might as well just like get it. I'll just put the books over here so we can watch them stack up. The next one is The Perfect Boy, The Perfect Son by Freida McFadden. I've actually read this over a year ago, I think. It finally got traditionally published, so I was able to get my hands on it for a ridiculous price, £2. And I actually really enjoyed this book, but I now have every single Freida McFadden book I've read except for one, and that's Do Not Disturb. But the same thing is I'm waiting for it to be sold for a ridiculous cheap price. But I do recommend this one, it was really good. And then the final one from this little collection is 29 Seconds by T.M. Logan. So I have more T.M. Logan books, but I've read 2 now, and one I really enjoyed. I read that in the summer. And the other one I read not too long ago, but I was in a slump, and then I read it, and then it put me in even more of a slump. And I don't feel that, okay? And I don't want any of the other ones to put me in a slump. So the thing is that I think I might just read another one, and then I'll see how I feel. But my mom really likes this book, so if they're not going to me, they're going to my mom. And obviously if my mom's like, oh, I really enjoyed this one, I'll read it too. But I'm just not 100% sure if this is actually going to go directly with my physical TBR, or if this is more like a book I might read eventually in my lifetime. I'll do these 3 next because these are all from a charity shop, and then for the rest we just have like actual new books. So the first book is Can I not read? Old Bones Lie by Marion Todd. So I read the first book in this series. It's a little Scottish crime thriller detective story, and I read the first one and I really enjoyed it, and I'd seen more of them in charity shops and stuff, so I just decided I'm just gonna try to collect them in charity shops and for as cheap as possible. But it's actually really difficult because I now have like, so I've read 1, and then I have like 4 and 7, and then this one, which is like the most recent one. I'm making my own life more difficult because the thing is I have like this series, but I cannot continue because I don't have the next book. I have that with multiple series, but it's just like when you see it at a charity shop for £2.50, just take it home with you because you never know when you're gonna find it again. My camera is dying. I'm so sick of this fucking thing dying. I literally charged it before this as well. The next 2 books are from the same author, so I'll quickly just do them together. So we have All Beautiful Lies Here by Peter Swanson and Every Vow You Break by Peter Swanson. I have multiple books of his, and whenever I just see them in a charity shop, I just grab them. I don't even read the back. I'm just like, I know I'm gonna enjoy them. And this one is like about a honeymoon, stuff like that, and like scary. Yeah, what if your dream honeymoon became your worst nightmare? And I was just like, you're coming home with me. But I'm probably gonna save this for the summer because it's an island honeymoon, and we always go to an island on holiday. So I think I might save this for the summer. And then the other one, I didn't even read. I don't really know what that means. Anyway, they're all kind of like a bit more of like a psychological thriller, dark. They're just always very like the same, in the same way of that B.A. Paris writes books. It's very character driven and not in a bad way at all. Like they still have a really big plot, but like the reason is that the reason that you're holding on these books, like the reason that you care is for these characters. I'm debating if I should just grab the charger, but I don't think. Okay, I'm gonna try to make the charger work. Hold on. Okay. The angle's different now, but otherwise it wouldn't work. I'm just annoyed because I spent so long on trying to figure out the best angle. That's what you get for trying to be a YouTuber, guys. Okay, let's just keep talking. The rest is all just random. The next book that I got is The Wrong Child by M.J. Arledge and Julia. In the works, you have this 3 for £6 deal, and I had 2, and then I was like, which one am I gonna fill the third one with? And my mom didn't see a book that she would enjoy, so we were kind of like stuck. And the thing is, I am probably the biggest MJ Arledge fan if you've ever seen one. I think I talk about him in almost every single one of my videos, if not every single one of my book hauls, then that definitely at least. But so this is written by 2 different people, so like together, and me and my mom were kind of skeptical because we have never really liked that in any other books, like especially when I see a book, like I think El Kennedy just wrote a book with somebody else as well. Sorry, my mom called. Really want to know what it's about, but I just hope that I will enjoy it and that I don't get put off by the 2 authors. Next book of today. This is a very, 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 very fitting book with Vlogmas. The Killer in the Cold. I didn't know what it was called, sorry. But this is the newest book in this series. I don't know what this is called. I think the series is just called the James Walker series. I actually read book number 2 last year because I didn't have the first one. So I was like, hey, you know, that's fine. I'll just start with book number 2. And in the meantime, I found book number 3, number 4, and number 5. So I now have 3 of them that I can read this Christmas, this winter. They're just like little mystery thrillers that, like, they're almost like cozy mystery, I'd say, but they still actually have some stakes to them, and like it's a bit more exciting than just like cozy. But it's like coming out. Is that embossed? I don't think, is that embossed? Is that what it's called? I know what embossing is, but I don't know if this is necessarily also that. This was actually one of my favorite reads last winter. Well, like the book that I did read out of the series, so I'm very, very excited to continue this, and I have the rest over there and I'm just staring at them constantly because I was like, I want to continue. The vibes that you get out of this, because it's just, you know, Christmas is coming up, there's a killer, snow, small town, who could it be? It's just a bit of fun. I also got The Striker by Anna Huang, so I'm a little bit nervous to read this, not gonna lie, because I haven't finished the King of Sin series, because I finished King of Wrath, was disappointed, which I wasn't expecting, and then I actually started King of Pride. I got like 20 pages in, and I was like, I really don't care. But that's actually, I think, one of the last romance books I've read. I think that might be the last romance book I've read. No, okay, that wasn't the last romance book I read. The last romance book I read was If the Sun Never Sets by Anna Huang, which was the second book in the If Love series. That's this one. I'm not a big fan of that series. I've started the 3rd one. I've actually stopped DNF'd it for a very long time, but that was in July. It's November. Maybe that's why I'm gonna stop. Anyway, so I'm kind of nervous to go back into her books also because some people have loved this, some people haven't, but I'm just really gonna like judge it myself. But I think what I will do with the series is that if I haven't read this, I'm not gonna buy the second one, and if I have read this and I didn't necessarily love it, I'm not gonna buy the second one either, because the thing is, it's just like, I mean, unless everyone's like, oh, this was amazing, but I'm a lot more conscious in book buying, but also just in clothes buying, and okay, I was gonna say makeup buying, but like not necessarily, but like I am, but I'm not. Even if I love it and I just know I'm not gonna wear it, I don't buy it, because it's just gonna be a shame, and I'm just gonna feel guilty every time I see it and be like, oh, I still haven't worn that. And the same with books, like if I look at it and I'm like, I'm actually not really that excited to read it, I'm just gonna be sad. With romance books, I actually just kind of like, whenever I look at all of them, I'm like, I'm not really in the mood, but that's just because I'm not in the mood for romance. So I'm actually not judging any of my romance books right now. This is Anna Huang's first sports romance, if you didn't know. I think it's between a ballerina and a football player. But this is a fat one. 550! 550 pages. Girl, what have you got to say? Is this her longest book so far? Or was Twisted Lies longer? I just really need to get back in romance, guys. I just need to. Then the next book that I got is gonna be no surprise to anyone. That is The Boyfriend by Freida McFadden. I'm also actually really excited to read this. I actually said to one of my bookish friends, you guys go follow her. I'll put her up here. Jess, hello Jess. She also still wants to read this, so we actually might buddy read this together. First time buddy reading with anyone that isn't my mom. Crazy. I have no clue what this is about. I don't want to know. I love Freida McFadden books, and every book that has gotten like a bad rep I've loved. I don't know if that's me or if I'm in love with this woman. Maybe we're on like the same wavelength. Then the next book was the third book that I got in the 3 for $6 sale at the Works, which is The Guest by B.A. Paris. When I saw this, I did release a little squeal because I love B.A. Paris. If you are a true follower, like a true follower, you know, in one of my first bookish videos ever, I think I read my first Freida McFadden book. I don't know if I filmed that, but I definitely talk about it in the beginning, or if I'm like, what is my favorite book, or like what book do I recommend for you to get at a reading slump. And that was The Therapist by B.A. Paris. Her books just always hit. She focuses so much on the characters, and they're almost always character driven, and they have a plot. Most of the time the characters and their relationship and their marriage is the plot. Okay, and this next one, beautiful. Hexed by Emily. Is it? I still don't know if it's Becca Tyre or Becca Tyre, because Becca Tyre just reminds me of Michael Becca Tyre. I know it's the newest, but I think it's also the last book in the Never After series. So if you don't know, that those are these books, so you've probably seen that one on TikTok before. But that did hurt my heart. Did I really sit down that aggressively? Okay, I guess I won't plop down on the bed again. I have actually read the first and second one, so I've read Hooked and Scarred. And Hooked, I just had a fun time. And Scarred, that was a 4.75. It was so close to a 5-star. The things that made me feel, it was just so much more than a romance to me. And I did actually start, is it Wretched or Wretched? I think it's Wretched. See, I have trouble pronouncing things. But I've started the third book. I'm actually exactly halfway. It's just a dark romance. And I just wasn't really in the mood. I just wasn't really in the mood for that, and I haven't been ever since. Maybe because I haven't even read a single romance. They're all inspired by fairy tales. So she does have a author's note in the beginning. It says, Hexed is a dark contemporary romance. It's an adult fractured fairy tale. It's not a fantasy or a literal retelling. And the main characters are always villains. Like the male main character, the love interest is always a villain. And then the final book of today is not going to be a surprise to anyone, Nightbane. Woo! Why am I so not excited? I'm actually very excited. I'm currently reading Lightlark. It's gonna come up in a reading vlog. Don't worry guys, you're gonna see my reactions. But I was in England and I said to my mom, I want to get far enough into Lightlark to see if I want to read Nightbane. Because I also think Lightlark ends on a cliffhanger. I'm not 100% sure, but I think so. I did come to the conclusion that I did want it also because it was cheaper there. It was on offer. And I knew for a fact that the covers were going to match because this is a slightly bigger size than a usual like UK paperback. And they are the same height. And just the covers of these books and the way this like is also like embossed again. I don't know if that's the right way to say it, but like they're just so beautiful. And Sky Shade literally came out yesterday. I haven't heard the best things of that book, but then also like a lot of people just read the series for fun, and for me it's also like I'm just having a lot of fun. And then that's the little pile. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 is really not that bad. I'm really happy with this book haul. I hope you're happy with this book haul too. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you're enjoying Vlogmas in general, because I'm having a lot of fun doing this actually. I thought it would be, like, it's obviously quite stressful. I'm having way more fun than I am having stress. I don't know. You guys know what I'm trying to say. But if you're still watching, comment this little emoji here. And I will see you when I see you. Bye. I'm trying to make this not fall if you can't tell. Bye, guys.